The Duchess of Cambridge's parents, Carole and Michael Middleton, have just left the hospital, marking another dramatic chapter in the ongoing saga of royal family dynamics. While Kate Middleton's mother has long been a figure of polite decorum in royal circles, she's recently taken a fiery step into the spotlight, surprising everyone with an unexpected move against Queen Camilla. What had once seemed like a quiet, supportive role has now turned into something much more controversial, as Carole Middleton exposes secrets and stirs up a whirlwind of tension that no one saw coming. Brace yourself for a tale of power plays, hidden rivalries, and a mother's fierce loyalty. This royal drama is far from over, and Carole's shift from background to front and center promises to keep the public captivated. When Kate, Princess of Wales, first became involved with Prince William, Carole Middleton worked diligently to fit her family into the royal fold. Her approach was calculated, maintaining an air of politeness and always appearing presentable, careful to avoid stepping on royal toes. However, underneath the surface, things weren't as smooth as they appeared. While the Queen Consort initially acted cordial, insiders claim she harbored doubts about Kate's background. The Middletons weren't from aristocracy, a fact that likely didn't sit well with someone accustomed to the old money circles that had been part of royal life for decades. Behind the palace walls, whispers began to emerge about the quiet power struggle shaping the monarchy's future. At first, the polite smiles and occasional dinners between Carole and the consort seemed to indicate a growing camaraderie. But as time passed, tensions began to surface in the form of subtle digs and passive-aggressive comments. The consort reportedly made remarks about how things were done in the old days, clearly suggesting that Carole and her family were outsiders who didn't quite belong in royal circles. Carole, ever the picture of composure, held her tongue and kept her thoughts to herself, but sources say the resentment had been brewing for years. As the wedding between Kate and William approached, the friction between Carole and Queen Camilla intensified. Carole, eager to ensure that her daughter's big day was perfect, found herself in conflict with the Queen Consort, who felt that it was her place to oversee all aspects of royal affairs. The consort reportedly saw Carole's desire to help plan the wedding as an encroachment on her territory. This led to a palpable tension at royal meetings and events, with both women subtly maneuvering to outmaneuver each other without causing a public scene. Fast forward a few years, and the relationship between the Queen's partner and Carole Middleton had soured to an extent that could no longer be ignored. What had begun as subtle jabs evolved into full-blown power plays. The consort, reportedly, tried to limit Carole's access to Kate and her grandchildren, using her influence to control who was invited to royal events. But Carole wasn't having it. She remained close to her daughter, offering unwavering support in making sure that Kate didn't feel isolated or unsupported. However, what truly pushed Carole over the edge was the Queen Consort's attempt to shake Kate's role within the royal family. Sources suggest that pressure was applied to encourage Kate to take on more traditional duties, to act more like the reserved, subservient royal wives of past generations. Carole, fiercely protective of her daughter, was not about to let anyone, not even the Queen Consort, dictate how Kate should behave. She had raised Kate to be strong, independent, and capable of standing her ground, and Carole wasn't about to let the pressures of royal life force her daughter into a mold she didn't fit. Then came the moment that shook the palace to its core. Carole, fed up with the underhanded tactics she had endured for years, made the bold decision to speak out. She revealed details about the Queen Consort's behavior and exposed the years of tension that had been simmering just below the surface. The revelation sent shockwaves through royal circles, leaving those close to the family stunned by Carole's willingness to break her usual silence. According to insiders, Carole's statement had been a long time coming. She had endured years of snubs, exclusion, and subtle hostility, and the final straw came when she felt that the consort's actions were beginning to affect Kate's happiness. As news of Carole's statement spread, the palace went into damage control mode. Aides and advisors scrambled to contain the fallout, while members of the royal family remained tight-lipped, trying to stay out of the fray. Prince William, caught between his wife's family and his stepmother, was reportedly furious. He had always had a complicated relationship with the Queen consort, and this latest drama only served to deepen the divide. Kate, meanwhile, was devastated. She had worked hard to maintain a cordial relationship with the Queen consort, despite the tensions between her mother and the consort. Learning that her mother felt compelled to speak out was a bitter pill to swallow. Kate had known things weren't perfect, but she hadn't realized just how bad things had gotten. As for Prince Charles, now King Charles, he was said to be in denial about the situation. While he had always known his spouse had a strong personality, he hadn't anticipated the public fallout that would ensue. He attempted to downplay the situation, but as more details emerged, it became clear that this was no longer a matter that could be swept under the rug. Queen Elizabeth, who had always valued loyalty and discretion above all else, was reportedly heartbroken by the public drama. She had worked tirelessly to keep family matters private, and Carole's decision to go public went against everything the monarchy stood for. Despite the palace's attempts to downplay the situation, the media frenzy only grew. Headlines buzzed with speculation about what Carole would say next and whether the Queen consort would respond. Public opinion was divided. Some saw Carole as a protective mother standing up for her daughter, while others viewed her actions as stirring up unnecessary drama. The palace, meanwhile, became a battleground. The consort reportedly demanded that Carole be cut off from royal events, but William and Kate refused to comply. They stood by Carole, insisting that she remain a part of their lives and their children's lives, a bold move that demonstrated where their loyalties lay. The feud between Carole Middleton and Queen Camilla didn't just affect the Middleton and Windsor families, it had far-reaching implications for the monarchy itself. With the consort's reputation taking a hit and tensions running high, questions arose about the future of the royal family. Could they move past this drama, or was this just the beginning of a new era of royal scandals? For now, the palace gates remain closed, and the royal family remains silent, but behind those walls, the tension is palpable. Carole Middleton's decision to speak out has undeniably changed the game. The monarchy's carefully crafted image of unity and tradition has been shattered, and it's clear that things will never be the same again. Whether this feud will eventually fizzle out or escalate further remains to be seen, but one thing is certain, the royal family is once again in the spotlight, and Carole Middleton isn't backing down. As the drama unfolds, the world watches with bated breath, eager to see what comes next in this royal saga. With the media continuing to dig for more information, past incidents have surfaced, hinting at the long-standing tension between Carole and the Queen consort. Friends of Carole have recalled moments when she felt slighted by the consort's dismissive attitude, while supporters of the Queen have painted Carole as overbearing and unwilling to respect royal traditions. The holiday season only intensified the drama, with the royal family bracing for a gathering that promised anything but calm. This year's royal Christmas walk in Sandringham became a flashpoint for further controversy. Little Prince Louis, with his lively antics, managed to steal the show and make headlines, but not necessarily in the way everyone expected. Known for his playful nature, Louis didn't hold back during the traditional walk. He jumped, waved, and made faces, capturing the media's attention. However, this time, his usual charm seemed to rub Queen Camilla the wrong way. Observers caught what appeared to be a moment of visible frustration from the consort, which sparked a public outcry. Social media exploded with reactions, with many fans defending Louis, pointing out that he was simply being a child. The hashtag #SavePrinceLouis trended, and the debate over how royal children should behave in public intensified. While some critics argued that Louis's behavior needed to be dialed down, others championed the idea that royal children should be allowed to act naturally, even in the public eye. The growing tension between the old-school traditions upheld by Queen Camilla and the more modern, relaxed approach to parenting embraced by William and Kate is becoming more evident. It remains to be seen how this clash will affect the future of the monarchy, but one thing is clear, royal dynamics are shifting, and the world is watching closely to see what happens next.